And welcome back to part 4 of the original Devil May Cry. This time we're going to journey towards the Colosseum, but firstly we've got a maze to get through, the Canyon of Mist. And it's a very pathetic, easy maze. It's just if you go the right way too quickly, it will count it as the wrong way, so you have to take your time. And these are the new moves I got. The kick 13, that like forward kick there, if you get it upgraded you can do more kicks with it, but if you're in Devil Trigger you'll also do more kicks with it anyway. Essentially how this little maze thing works is that over by this gravestone here there's a glowy thing. I'm going to kill the enemies first just to get them out of the way, but there's a little glowing object there. When you interact with that it will start moving. You have to wait for it to progress through a door itself, and then when you go through it, it will count it as the right way. If you go through it before it gets there, or if you don't click on it and just go the way you think is right, you'll find yourself counting it as wrong, and it will just take you back to the start. Alright, this guy's annoying me. There we go. It's a riddle of some kind. Valley of the Mist, one to choose the right path, yada 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 yada, follow the light. So look at where the light goes and follow it along. If there's an enemy, it will go to the enemy first, so you have to kill that enemy to get it back, which is a bit annoying, but it is what it is. Let's see, you just went straight to this guy over here. And I completely missed that, neat. But you can block all your... There we go. Oh, so it's going the other way anyway. It just deliberately decided to swerve off towards the enemy. And see that now it's got here, the light will start to quieten down and vanish. And that's showing that that's the way you need to go. So if you go through it, it will seemingly take you back to the same area, but the light will go with you and there'll be different enemies to signify that you're not in the same place you were. Even though it looks the same, because now it will be of the Sin Scythes. And then the third time around I believe it's Blades, because there's a third time you have to do this as well. I don't know if these things are called Sin Scythes, I just know the first versions are Sin Scissors, and these ones have scythes, not scissors, so I can only assume they're called Sin Scythes. And then the upgraded versions are just, like, Death Scissors and Death Scythe probably, or something along those lines. I'll have to check the library in this game at some point to see what they're called. But one more round, and yeah, it is the Blades. Ow. So let's fuck these guys up quickly. Yeah, the Blades introduced the idea that you could be comboed too by some attacks. They will knock you into the air and then knock you back down. DMC1, similar to the only game I can think of to really compared to Kingdom Hearts 1, enemies don't really combo you ever. They will just hit you once and they'll hit you hard. They'll hardly ever combo you, similar to Kingdom Hearts 1 where they'd almost never combo you, they'd just hit you once pretty hard. It's only in the sequels, like Kingdom Hearts, that enemies will start comboing you. And it's going left again, alright. I think it's left, left, right is the pattern. Oh no, because that was the third one, so it's just left, 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 alright. And when you go here, you'll encounter these enemies that look like mini phantoms just without the lava, and that's because they are. Treat it like you're fighting a phantom, or the phantom. Just try and hit them hard, hit the face or the head, or jump on top of them and hit them, and it will die quickly. Always worth noting though, these mini versions, they always come in two, so there's a second one somewhere around here. Not entirely sure where, but I know there's a second one around here somewhere. There has to be. I think it might be on the other side, and he just for some reason didn't trigger and he hasn't noticed us. So let's get this holy water that's over here. I want to say there's a blue orb fragment in this area, but I honestly do not know. I know there's a secret mission in this area that we have to come back to, but I don't know when you have to come back to it. I just know it's in the future. Ow. Come on. For goodness sake. And I noticed that it doesn't play lock and load against these guys because it's an enemy from the first. That's a mini version of an enemy from the first act. So it just plays the first act's normal battle theme. Oh, and that opens the door. Yep. So now we can move on. So I'm just going to double check because So I'm pretty sure there must be a single blue orb fragment somewhere in here. I just distinctly remember there being one. If I remember right, you can't actually climb this. I'll give it a go, but no, I'm sliding off a little bit. I don't think you can climb that. And that you definitely can't climb because it's too high. Alright then, don't know where the blue orb fragment is in this bit, but I know there's one somewhere here, and I'm sure of it. Going through here will end the mission. See, that's not a long mission again there. We've got a nice little B rank for our troubles. And now we'll be on to the next mission. Mission 11, Fate. Offer the chalice to open the path. Sounds a bit... Oh god, these guys. Okay, these are the 4th and strongest variant of the Sin Scissors. They have the most health, they do the most damage, they have the most unique attacks, and they're just a pain in the ass. They also have these weird tornado things they'll throw on the ground, where if you stand on them, will launch you sky high, making it very easy for it to snipe you out of the air. The quickest way to try and kill these fuckers is to just get a helm breaker on them. Let yourself get launched up by the tornado things, and then when you're really high up, just alright. I was gonna say just slam down, but we've ended up down here, so instead of wasting time and going back up, I'm just gonna go here and fight these guys down. Come on! Stop blocking everything! It's gonna be like that. The good thing is that if you have kick 13, it will cancel through any other attack you have, so you can do it to keep the chain going for an extra hit. Oh, wrong bit. So you can just cancel it and just go, don't. Oh. Oh, I also get how powerful Ifrit actually does. The damage Ifrit can pull is ridiculous sometimes. So everything's just dead. If you kill everything here, a blue orb fragment spawns back here for some reason. Which I never really got why they try and make that one so secret when it's the one you're most likely to find in the game. Because it's a game where you kill shit, so you're gonna kill it. Also, the fucking Sin Killer main super Sin Scythe thing will come over here for you as well. Ah! I don't know if you have to kill it, but I know if you do kill it, it doesn't respawn. So I might as well try and do it now. But the thing is, there's no like special arena or anything like this, but it is stronger than the one we fought in the sewers. It's the strongest variant, as I said. And there's a secret red orb stash there that I just found by accident. I wish the camera angle was a bit better though. Like when I'm back here, it seems to not too bad. So if you land a helm breaker, it does a lot more damage. And I do not know the weak point of this guy. Probably similar to the other ones, it's a form of parry with the Sin Sister types, but I just don't know it. You see what I did there? Where I slammed down, went shot into the tornado and dropped me straight back up. Also, when he's about halfway down, he'll bring out a second scythe. Just to try and hit you more often and be more of a pain in the dick. But just keep on him and eventually like that he will fall down. And oh wow, okay, I forgot. I didn't realise you actually had to kill him. I was just doing it to get rid of him. Alright, so let's get out of here then, now he's dead. We have to unfortunately go back down here, which I think will respawn the blades. Yeah, it does. Alright, time for a beat up again. Ow. Ow. Oh, for goodness sake. Well, you might have seen there, the kick 13 did about 4 kicks in a row when I was in Devil Trigger instead of just the one. That's what I mean. You can upgrade it further to give it more kicks and do more damage, but I've only got the level 1 right now, so it's what we've got to make do with. Anything down here? Nope. Okay, let's move forward. There's also one of the divinity statues there, or the goddess of fate statues, if you need to upgrade anything for whatever reason. But you should be in an okay position right now. It's an inscription. Those without the sign, yada yada, aka get the weird brain thingy that we just got. There's a blue orb fragment there, I need to work out how to get that one. Actually, I can already see I need to get it. I think I need to drop down from above. Is there any other way I can get up there quickly? Alright, let's take the ledge. be fair, this ledge is entirely optional. You don't have to kill that thing, and you don't have to do any of this. This is just here if you want the blue orb fragment, really, or if you want an alternate way of getting up to this top path. Because the easy way to get there is let yourself get caught by the tornado attack, but... There we go. Sorry, I shut up for a sec, just because I know the jumping's a bit finicky, so I wanted to make sure I got it. But let's get down here and get our blue orb fragment. And that's our 4th, upgrading our health further. So now we're up to 12 units, I believe. Out of 20 possible. And like I said, the platform itself doesn't lead to anywhere anymore, so when you're ready, go through the door. I'm going to equip my faithful ebony and ivory before I go, just to be safe, but when you're ready, progress through. And you need to take the upper path first, I believe, maybe, hopefully. No, we take the lower path first, okay. So jump down, oh for goodness sake, jump straight up, and then double jump to get over it if it's being awkward. Because we need to open this wall, and we can't just yet. So head over here, trig this, and you'll be able to use the sign of chastity. And get our chalice. But doing so will bring back an old familiar. Every single boss, except the final boss, you fight more than once. And we fought Phantom several times. So now it's Nero Angelo's turn. This is our 2nd fight with Nero Angelo. This one can be a bit tricky because the arena has a lot of things blocking your way. It's not a big open space, but the fight is not too bad. If you know how he worked in the first fight, you'll notice it's not too different this time around. He's just a bit faster and his attacks do more damage. He also has a few extra tricks. If you get ranged from him, he will start shooting things from you. But it's nothing you can't handle. If you're playing on hard or above, this fight will be where he starts using summoning swords. Something that's very well known for another character in the Devil May Cry franchise's moveset, where blue small floating knives will start to shoot and home in on you, that you can shoot away yourself or just try and be very quick on your dodge. And we seem to have Nero Angelo stuck here a little bit, so I'm going to make the most of it while I can. I think he'll jump out of it soon. Oh no, he'll just knock himself out of it. The AI in this game does sort of have a thing where they will recognise if they get stuck after a while and will jump out of it or just get themselves out of it regardless of what you do. Which, to be fair, is pretty clever for 2001. To be fair, speaking of this game, as I always do, I know Hideki Kamiya on his Twitter, like, not too long ago, mentioned that he was interested in completely remaking the original Devil May Cry, and I'd be completely down for it, I would. It's just, I don't know. I know I'd get it and I'd enjoy it. It just depends on how they handle the remake. Like if they go with how Bluepoint did Shadow of the Colossus, for example, where it's the exact same game, just running on a new engine, then yeah, sure, why not? But if he starts changing stuff, I don't know. I think part of the charm of this game might start to go with it. Especially if some of the gothicness of the game starts to fade because of putting it on a shiny new engine. I think they could really lose something if they're not careful with it. Like I have every faith in Hideki Kamiya, whatever he does. I don't believe he's ever directed a bad game. It's just being wary when it comes to remakes, that remakes can sometimes risk losing the charm of what originally was there. As we defeat Nero Angelo for a 2nd time and he burns up into a white flame, the same way he did in the first fight, showing that that doesn't mean he's dead at all, it's just a way he likes to go out. But that ends our 2nd, but not our final encounter with Nero Angelo. And that's the game showing us, hey idiot, that's where you go and take a chalice. And I took a lot more damage than I thought I did. Also, it brings up this wall behind you, so you need to wall jump up to get up to the top now if you don't have the double jump. Which can be a bit annoying if you're not that great with positioning it. But if you have the normal double jump, it's a lot easier to do. Because it just wants you to go up here and put the chalice down so you can open the wall. Place the chalice. And there's our wall. To be fair, we're past the halfway point in this game now. There's less ahead of us than we've passed, which is surprising. We've gone through this a lot quicker than I thought I have for only a few parts in. That took us 9 minutes, so that wasn't too bad. I don't think I'm getting the S rank though, because I took a beating. B, alright. I took forever with the strongest version of the Synthesizer, and I took a while with Nero Angelo there, just getting stuck on myself and whatnot. But one more mission left, and then I'll call this a part. It's the Ghost Ship. One that introduces the most annoying thing in this game, by far. there's no nice way of putting it, unfortunately. It's the most annoying thing of the game. The underwater controls. Because, you know, I brought up in the first couple parts the whole underwater system of it's just normal, just it slowly drains your health and you like plummet to the bottom. Yeah, they didn't want to stick with that. You go into Act 2 and they completely changed the underwater controls. And I've no idea why they decided to do that, but they have. Anyway, there's more marionettes here if you want to vent out your frustrations from the impending water section if you've done this game before. And that's like literally the only reason I believe they're here. It's because they must have known this section we're about to do is the weakest part of the game. Because it controls like arse. There's not much you can do other than shoot. There's a secret mission with it, for goodness sake, that we'll do next part. It's just, it's not a fun section. It's really awkward. It doesn't control properly. And they bring it back again later on in the game. It's like, ugh. If I had to pick any, this is probably my least favourite mission in the game. And it's purely because of the underwater controls that we're about to get to. Alright. I can't remember, because this ghost ship we're going to have make move, and I can't remember if it's before you make it move or after you make it move. There's a blue orb fragment or a red orb stash at the end here, one or the other. My memory's very hazy. But either way, let's jump into the water. It's all in first person. If you move the D-pad, up is up, down is down, left is left, right is right. If you move with the left analog stick, up and down are inverted for some fucking reason. So use whatever you prefer. If you want your up to take you down and your down to take you up, and just move. We don't have a particular weapon called the needle gun to be able to fight any of the enemies underwater, so just move out of the way of them for now. If you end up taking pot shots, I can only apologise. It's just this fucking game. It's just this mission. Ow! Oh, okay, that was a bit cheap. You deserved a bit. I think you deserved the Devil Trigger for that, for being so cheap about it. These guys infinitely respawn, so if we leave the area and return, they will come back, so I won't be dealing with them every single time we come through. I mean infinitely respawn, I mean respawn on return to room. They don't... There isn't like an invisible box that ticks saying, okay, they're gone for good. There's our Devil Star. I thought... Oh, right, okay. And there's the needle gun. Can only be used underwater. It will automatically equip when you're in a watery environment, so don't worry about it. Just tap the shoot button and you'll shoot the little needle. And there's enemies in here, I can hear them. The only way to swim forward is to mash the X button, which is really annoying. There we go, that's how it works. I've got... You can lock onto some of the barrels and shoot them in the scenery. And there's probably one that'll be a blue orb fragments, but I can't really be bothered to look because I don't really enjoy this. But yeah, you have to mash X to actually move ahead. To change direction, you use the D-pad, or if you try and use the left stick, it inverts it all. The only way to attack is through a needle gun, which does have soft lock aiming, but it's not brilliant, so take it for what it is. If you're aiming in the general direction, it will sort of lock on, but that's about it. I'm going to quickly check the top of these, because I think there might be something on top of one of them, but I don't know. It's going to be either like stand on the very like tippy top of these, which I can't do because the jump controls is arse. Oh, come on. No, I don't think it's meant to be. Ah, fuck it. I'll be here all day if I'm at it. And I don't think it's this one either. No. I believe there's a secret right at the very front of the ship if you run to the very tip. Unless it's this one that's got the secret in it, because it's got a different thing at the top. That I can apparently just phase through. Okay. I give this game too much credit when it comes to secrets, for goodness sake. Like right at the tip, I believe there's a red orb stat. No? Really? Goodness sake. I give this game way too much credit than it's worth. I'm joking, this game's great. It's just, I remember there being a lot more secrets than there are. But in saying that, I know I've missed a bunch already. I know I've missed several secret missions. Because I believe there's 6 that we could have had done, and I've only done 2 of them now. Oh well, after this Let's Play, I'll go through the game again on hard in my own time, and just have a walkthrough on standby to make sure I get the rest of it. When you click on this, it will spawn the enemy, and look, it's this guy again, so I'm immediately bringing that shotgun out. And it is the level 4 version again, and that's just what I'm going to call it, the level 4. Level 1's the Sin Scissors, the level 2's the one with the scythe, the level 3's the glowing red one with the scissors that we fought in the sewer, and these are the level 4's. Is that an easy way of remembering them? Ow. Oh wow, that was quick. I must have hit the... Did I parry it at all? I must have parried it and got the critical then. Huh. Anyway, once you kill the enemies, the ship itself will finally come into action and move you to your destination. Because we're heading towards the Colosseum is our next destination to obtain something that will allow us to explore the rest of the castle when we return to it later on. This mission's not quite done yet. We've still got another boss fight. And this boss fight felt like it came sort of out of nowhere, but whatever. Because it's going to open the door for us to show us that, okay, you've done it. And then once we start to go under the waterway to the castle, the bridge we cross to get it is Raven again, just casual as is. And Raven will take out the fire that keeping the ship going, stopping us from being able to continue, as you see there. So now we have to have a rematch with Raven. So I'm going to immediately swap to Ifrit and get my grenade gun out. I forgot that they put the needle gun between the shotgun and grenade gun instead of putting it at the bottom for some reason, when they really should put it at the bottom because you can never equip to it naturally. And here's the main thing of the second phase. He'll send this little electric version out of it that sometimes will try and just damage you, and other times will try and launch you high enough for Raven to get a pot shot on you. Now, I didn't really mean to swap to Alistair, so I'm going to swap back to Ifrit, because Alistair does hardly any damage because it's a bird made of electricity. Eventually, the electric bird thing flying around, the little one, will stop chasing us, and Raven will try and land on the ship, and when that happens, we've got him. Because I find this fight against Raven easier than the first one, because he really can't like move around and do much the moment he lands. He's kind of just stuck in place, so just wail on him and he will go down. He will do this not suicide attack, like this explosion all around him attack that he usually does when he's dying, but just take the opportunity when he does it to get some free shots. And look, he's gone already, he's done. So, and he's doing his dying get away attack again. And that's it. And the door will open and we can progress onwards again. Yay! Anyway, I'm going to call that apart. So next time on Devil May Cry, we will leave the ghost ship and start working our way towards the Colosseum, because we're pretty close now. But until then, let's see what rank I get. Ah, only a C. But until then, you guys take care now.